How are you doing? How are you really doing? Maybe no one has asked you this for a while, and maybe you haven't even asked yourself recently, or maybe ever. So many of us focus on getting past those first 12 weeks of parenthood. People say that the 3-month period is the toughest time, and once you've got through that, you're going to be flying. But this isn't always the case, and it certainly wasn't for me. Relationship changes, unrealistic expectations, lack of support, birth trauma, anxiety, and depression can all affect your experience of motherhood. And just because you got to 12 weeks with your body in one piece doesn't mean that your mind is still intact. If you had a traumatic birth or a traumatic postnatal experience, then you might be suffering from after effects from this. When your birth doesn't go the way that you imagined, it can be traumatic. And if you're made to feel like you were helpless, not in control, had insufficient pain relief, didn't understand what was happening, were not treated with dignity or given privacy, or you were fearful for your baby's safety or your own safety, then you might have some very negative feelings associated with your birth. Not everyone who suffers from these traumatic feelings experiences ongoing issues, but if you do, then it's important you get some help. If you suffer from flashbacks, nightmares, low moods, you feel hypervigilant, or you experience anxiety related to things that remind you of the trauma, then you might be suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD. You may not understand why certain things happened as they did during the birth, and you might feel really disappointed when you think about the birth. Talking to a professional about the sequence of events and why things happened can help you to feel more confident and empowered about your next birth, or help to provide closure on your previous birth. It's important to note that partners can also suffer from PTSD if they've witnessed a traumatic birth. So if you're worried that your partner or you are suffering from PTSD, then please do speak to your midwife or GP about a debriefing session. You might be able to access this free of charge.